really just to start off, I'd like to get to know you a little bit more. So tell me a little about your agency, your position, and what you do.
Sure. So I am the agency owner here in New Caney, Texas, and I purchased this agency from an agent 2 years ago. It had been in her family for 40 years at that point. She ran it for 10 years. Her father ran it for 30 years. So it's a 42-year-old agency. And we service just about everything on the P&C side. So property and casualty side. So your home, your autos, your toys, your pets, even. We say we do everything but health. We even wrote a drone policy recently.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Yeah, drones are being used commercially for real estate and other things, and so they need special protection in case they, crash into somebody's automobile or home. So,
Oh my God. Wow.
and certainly life insurance is one that we really push because that, in the end of things, that's what's really most important.
Right.
So.
So have you been in insurance your whole life, or, you said 2 years ago you took over the agency?
Yeah, no. So I was a VP in oil and gas. So I worked in oil and gas from the time I graduated college. And I'm going to date myself. That was back in 93. So, so for about 26, 27 years, I was in the oil and gas industry in various positions, everything from trading derivatives to back office functions. I'm a CPA and accountant
Okay.
by trade. And it just was an area that I saw, and I have a small CPA practice on the side, and I saw the need of clients for good insurance advice. No one seemed to understand it, and I handled insurance contracts for major corporations, throughout my career, and I kind of understood some of the ins and outs, and, so it was just a good segue, a good fit. And we do have a commercial side to the business as well. So that side, feels a little more at home for me sometimes. But I'm always looking to learn something new, always looking to take another step. And this was just a door that was open that, I said, you know what? I've read the contracts for farmers. I feel like it's a great company with great, protections, and, something that I didn't see on a lot of other companies. I actually switched my insurance to farmers very quickly while in the process of, training with farmers and so forth. Not because, I needed it in my own agency or whatever, but really because the coverages were that much better than what I had elsewhere.
Okay.
So,
yeah, I know I got a guy that I know he's a financial advisor, and he also sells insurance here and there. He doesn't do it like all the time, but he offers those, those products. And he always said, it's one of those things I never wanted to go into, but it just kind of happened, So I heard that a couple of times. It's kind of funny.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to. I mean, it was, it was one of those, I'm a religious guy, and, and praying and so forth. It's, I was a little shocked that this was the door that was opened for me, but, I was like, well, okay, I'll take a look at it. And when I did, it just kind of worked out. And this place came up literally 2 days before I walked in, and they were going to, make me an agent. And, and literally, we closed the deal, within a week or so after that. And so we were off and running, really quickly. So
how many employees do you have?
Currently, I have two positions that report to me, the two direct employees, and always looking to grow. But with our size, that's kind of the right size for now. But we're pushing initiatives to grow. We're pushing things to really make our agency more automated, and bringing it into that 21st century plus.
Absolutely, yeah. The technology is changing so fast. I mean, it's like every year there's something new. I was looking at Elon Musk, and he wants to put some sort of implant in your brain that could actually hook up computers. I mean, it's just like it's unbelievable what's going on. Some of it's good, some of it's it's a little out there for me, and I'm a technology guy. But uh, talk to me as far as Align. How did you hear about it? How did you get exposed to it? And what made you jump on?
So I was looking, Vonage was really, I needed a recorder. Obviously, as an agent owner, that's one thing you're very concerned about on the E&O side. And their recording tool, they were going to charge me, it was 1 month free, and then it was going to be $49.99 a month for, I think it was 500 hours of recording, which as an agency owner, you don't have time to babysit and take out the calls that you don't want recorded to save yourself time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so and I knew in dealing with some other vendors that they offered unlimited time. So I knew there were other options out there, And so I just started digging and looking, and I came across Align just by happenstance, and connected with Kurt, one of your sales guys, and really, as I dove into the product, really liked the soft phone feature. Really liked, because I always had that in the business world. Some of my folks here are getting used to it because they didn't have it before. But it's, again, bringing that 21st century technology into play, and it it really has helped us to capitalize on, dialing capabilities on, things that, and on top of that, we save money. So at the end of the day, we're saving anywhere from 35 to $50 a month on the
Wow.
Align product versus a very inferior Vonage product. So, I hate to mention people by name, but I will say that that product just has not kept pace with technology. They don't have the proper tools, and they're very cumbersome to use. And whereas your product is very streamlined, and I like the fact at the end of the day, I can get a hold of a person, a live person when I need to. Vonage, you had to go through their chat tool, their online tool that they had. And at the end of the day, the only time I talked to anyone real was when I was canceling. And it was a very painful cancellation process. It took 30 minutes on the phone, and I had to validate my information umpteen times
Mm-hmm.
to that I asked, is this really necessary? I've already
Yeah.
done it 10 times. Why are we asking an 11th time?
Right.
Um, and, they said, oh, we just need it to move forward. And, so, and then at the end of it, the end of the 30-minute call to cancel, they offered me, services for half price. I said, it's too late. I've already ported the numbers. I'm moving ahead,
Right. Oh man.
So,
So
anyway,
at
that's
what very thanks for the backstory, Jason. At what point did you decide, you said, hey, this just isn't working out. I've gotta switch something over. So like, did you start with Vonage when you took over the agency and had used it for a while? Or okay.
So it was the tool that the prior agent had. So it was an easy thing just to transfer the name over and just deal with it that way. We had some other upgrades we needed to make to our facilities here, with routers and other things as well. So it just, for a period of time, it made sense to just keep it as is. Eventually, I was going to start shopping, and there were some tools that are all in one. So there's a lead management system along with the VoIP phones, along with, other tools and things. But, it comes down to, okay, what's my cost benefit on those? And so I had to look, really hard at, okay, what do I want? Where do I want to go? Do I want to go a la carte and do one at a time? And I knew by talking with you guys on the line, you had other tools available, your Blitz CRM package, your Call Logic dialer.
Oh, yep.
And so, and I knew there were cross discounts. And so, while I didn't take the Blitz product package, I did do the dialing tool with Call Logic. So it was good to have that discount applied. And, get that tool for a reasonable price. And so again, it's a trade-off, so what I'm going to be paying Vonage, especially eventually when they started charging even more for the recording. So it goes up after 500 hours. Then you have to buy smaller tranches at about, I think it was $29.99 a month,
Really?
$30 extra a month. So yeah, so for every 250 hours, I believe it was after that. So let's say you have 1,000 hours, now I'm up to an additional 110 a month above what I was already paying them, so the savings just kept racking up, and eventually, okay, now it's paying for my dialer, it's paying for my VoIP phone, which is superior to begin with. The cost benefit, it really made sense, to move. And again, you guys were so customer oriented, so friendly, so forward with what you're offering. Your demos and so forth are excellent. Your people on your sales side are really good. And it made sense to go with the line.
Absolutely. So what other features are you using in the system? I know you mentioned the call recordings, the soft phone. Do you use the mobile application at all?
I do use it some. The chat feature is something we use a lot. The certainly the voicemail features and so forth. We're capitalizing and learning as we go. um, I've already offered a couple of minor tweaks to your folks, on what we'd like to see as users,
Sure.
us. But and they were not gracious and said they'd take it under advisement and make sure they brought it up in their next planning meetings and so forth. So, but it's all part of being part of the family, right? You.
Absolutely. That's the Aline fam here. So
Yeah.
it's nice. Yeah. I mean, it's nice you can call in, you can talk to a real person. You don't have to be transferred around and waste your time too when you have more important things to be doing, like, servicing your customers, selling policies, things like that truly matters.
Right.
So what would you say to someone? I know there's a lot of, Farmers has 10,000 agents and, many companies out there. What would you say to someone that's really, they know they need to make the switch, and we get this, a lot. They know they need to make the switch. It's more just like, I kind of do it when I want to do it. But they're hesitant to do it. What would you say to someone like that?
I would say that you really need to look hard at, Align and what it offers. I would say that it really can enhance what you're doing in your agency, and really help with, I believe, connectivity with any dialer that comes along, but particularly with the dialer that's offered with you guys. And beyond that, it has other technology such as the mobile tool. It has, other features and things that, yes, it's a new system to learn. Yes, it's, got a lot of capability that you're going to need to learn, but that soft phone feature, the chat feature, all the inner office communication that you can do with the tool, as well as the external communication, it's really a tool that can really enhance what you're doing in your agency and help. When you're on a call with someone, you can easily transfer that call around. You can easily create, a meeting, with people. You can
Right.
easily conference in folks, just a drag with your mouse, it's super simple. And they were really good about working on our setup too. So we set it up a little differently, as far as our extensions go, and to help us and our agency. So it is somewhat customizable too. And so I think it's a great tool, for now and in the future. And I believe we, as customers, also have a voice with you guys. So if we see something we feel could be enhanced or whatever, you guys are good about listening to that. And
Absolutely.
But I don't see where anything, like what I said earlier, the enhancements that I offered were not huge ads at all. You
Mhm.
guys have really, it's a very good streamlined product that, has really brought a lot of enhancement to us. So.
And I don't know if you saw this or not. So we did just add SMS texting too. Not sure if you saw that or not. So that is another feature we have in there. If you want to do the one-to-one texting, we've had some customers get on that. It's good if you're a lot of prospects just want to text nowadays. They don't want to they don't want to pick up the phone and call. I know everybody's different.
Right.
It's more like my generation, but so if that's a feature you're interested,
called ZipWhip, and I'm glad you brought that up because this texting feature is something that might replace that. ZipWhip we pay about $25 a month for. This could replace that as part of our base service, and not be an additional cost to us. So again, it's about streamlining those costs and really looking at the cost benefit. And, so that's something that, we're going to look at how do we, utilize this with our contacts and our database and so forth going forward. But that definitely could, help again, allay some of the costs that agents have.
Sure. No, absolutely. Yeah. I'll get you some more information over to it too later. So as far as your agency, any big goals the rest of the year? Any big, heights you're trying to aspire to?
Definitely. We're always striving to grow. And we definitely are getting close to certain bonus levels and so forth. So we're trying to push it over that edge. We are a small agency, but we're continuing to definitely grow. And we bring in business almost daily now. So that's something that, for the past year or so has been difficult because of COVID. But things are looking up and looking much brighter for the future. So,
Absolutely.
Keep growing it and moving on. And Aline's going to be a part of that growth,
Absolutely.
So
Very happy to hear it. Well, Jason, that's all the questions I got. Good to meet you. Always good to put a face to a text, I guess, because we were emailing, but
and I appreciate the opportunity and you guys, I do mean it. I appreciate the fact that I can pick up the phone and call you and, talk to you, and everybody's always willing to help. And, I can't say enough how that is meaningful to us when I come from the complete opposite spectrum with my prior provider, couldn't reach anybody.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but, I'm glad everything's, looking up for you now. And, we're happy to be a part of your business success too and help you reach your goals. So we're very excited.
That's super customer service, and you guys are a super team, and appreciate all the help on the front end and the back end. So
very good.